So that was basically our project, and we became top 10. So after that, now I will talk about what solution challenges and how you can and what you can do to become top 10 or top 3, or like at least become top 100. So solution challenge, is a competition that uh, you join, and you have to develop a solution, a technology, which can be either only software or both software and hardware combined. uh, you focus on a sustainable development goal of UN, and you develop that solution with at least one Google technology. So that's basically the competition. And some of some frequent questions that I get from solution challenge participants that I want to mention are, when you're building your solution to this challenge, besides building a solution, you also need to present a demo video. So in that demo video, in order to be in the tops, you have to explain your project in very details. Like, you have to explain that it's actually working. So it's one of the metrics as well. So you shouldn't just provide a mock-up or screenshot. Like, you have to make the judges see that how you've implemented it and what kind of technologies you've used. That's gonna give you very much points and help you becoming top 10. Uh, at up to this point, if you have any questions, you can always interrupt me, or you can like click the raise hand button. Okay,
Yeah,
so
like any if you have any kind of doubts or any type of thing you want to ask Selin, then definitely you can raise your hand or directly unmute yourself and ask her. Like she's always here to like answer your questions.
yeah, so I really appreciate all of your questions. It also makes me understand what's in, like, which direction should I explain my presentation. So I will I will continue my speaking a little bit more about the frequently questions and some of the key points that you should do in order to be top. So another question that I get quite often is, can I build a project if I don't have a GDC in my campus, or can I build a project with other students from like different universities, different GDSCs, or different countries? The answer to all of these questions, yes, you can. My teammate Akash was from India. We both are from different GDSCs, and yet we developed a solution. It's completely acceptable. You can team up with anywhere around the world. Just in the submission guidelines, there's you know uh, a rule that you should do. So that rule, if you're submitting your solution from another GDSC, you have to include a person, a student from that GDSC and from that institution that GDSC has. So that's the only rule. Um, Other than that, like, these are some kind of questions I get. Um,
Like one question, like they might have like there is a regional boot camp for us like this time, and for that, like how we can qualify for it. It's the initial process for like in India level only, or like different countries only. But this is the initial milestone that we have to clear, so that they get advice from the experts and they will get invited to their regional boot camps like we are in Delhi. So some teams might get invited for that, huh? So how we can like make our project something like that, so that it can at least cross that milestone. After that we will submit our project for the global milestone. But like, if you can say anything about the regional milestone, like many students may have that kind of problem.
Mhm. Um, um, I could you please repeat your some because I couldn't hear the some part of your question. Could you please repeat?
Yeah, sure. It's like, this time we have regional milestone 2 for the solution challenge, and the deadline for the regional milestone is 20th Jan. And this is something like where students submit their prototype for the qualification round for the regional milestone. And in that round they have to like submit some kind of prototype, not the whole project but the prototype only. So how we can like build our project so that it can at least clear the regional milestone. After that they can submit their project for the global milestone.
Okay. So I'm gonna answer this question part by part. Um, so you said the regional milestone, right? So I'm, I will try to explain this as how we did our project with Akash. So we, when we were building our solution, we immediately thought about the global problem and global solution. So it's like we immediately went from a solution idea to a prototype, and then after building that prototype, we added some small details, but still relevant to the problem and solution itself. So after developing that prototype, we actually kind of submitted that product, something like that, because in that prototype that we call solution, we've implemented our main idea, like main solution, but throughout the program, we've also implemented some little things that also our helped um, the people who will use our solution go to the solution. So that app itself was like really complete, some kind of things, even though we haven't implemented everything like 100%, but the main idea was there and main solution was implemented completely. So that's how we got until the end point. I hope I hope my explanation was helpful for you.
Yeah, it was good, absolutely good.
Okay, awesome. So I want to continue my speaking session, uh, sharing a tab, like sharing a evolution criteria for solution challenge judges. Can I share a tab?
Yeah, sure. Like, if you can share your screen, let me open it for everyone.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
So,
it's open now. You can share your screen.
okay, now I'm presenting it. Awesome. So, I've talked about what solution challenges and a little bit of frequent questions that I got. So, as you might know, as you might all know, the solution challenge submission form is it will be opened from 22 22nd January to 22nd February. So at that time, I've got some questions like, okay, so we've joined this competition and all of us needs to join, like all of us needs to fill the join form. Okay, but after that, after filling our team, like what should we do? Like where do we write that our team information? So all of your team information is going to be submitted at the registration, sorry, for the submission form. So you don't need to do anything in the registration form. Registration form is just for any single individual that wants to, participate in this challenge. In your submission form, you will. Um, I guess I have a question. Yeah, look. This was the steps to create solution with someone in the process. Yes. Right after my explanation, I will go back to your question. Um, so in the submission form, you will it will ask you your team name and your teammates. So when you're submitting, only one member from your team will submit for your whole team, and that's it. It They will enter your team informations, all of the team members' names and emails. But some important thing is when you're submitting, you have to use the same email address that you have used when registering, like when joining. So that's one important thing. Other than that, the timeline is like this. Until after that 22 February, your projects will be evaluated by the judges, and the top hundreds will be determined like at the beginning of April. I guess it was like that. So, and it goes like that. Now, immediately I will jump back into your question. Yes, I can. I will explain my solution with some examples and our experiences. So me and Sakar just started like this. We asked which SDG we should focus on, and then we we wanted to focus on one SDG and said, okay, no hunger, because it was a very important like problem, very crucial problem, and very important. It will be an important solution for Indian people. So we wanted to focus on that. And after like choosing our SDG, we immediately started building solutions like what we can do for that like, problem. We said, okay, we can share foods. We can make people donate foods or donate money, etc. Or we can make people buy directly from the farmers. That also helps the farmers like generate more income. Uh, so we wrote these, just we wrote them, and then we kind of we also wrote something else that we didn't include in our project, but that was the initial phase. So during your development time, uh, you will edit so many features that you've thought you're going to use it during your development time. But anyway, we gathered all of these features, and we just immediately started drawing a UI into a paper, and we included those solutions like, okay, at this page will be for sharing the food, this page will be for having the donations, and this page will be for buying directly from the farmers, etc. We just drew the UI. After that, we immediately created a Flutter project. Our project was built with Flutter and Firebase and Google Cloud uh, storage we use, so Firebase, Firestore, etc. So uh, just as I said, during the development, we edited so many features. Like initially, we've had sharing food with animals as well, but during the development, we said like we've decided that we should focus on people only, and like being more niche, being more specific. So we continued like that. And so at this point, everything was clear, I hope. If you have any questions, I can answer. After that stage, at the point where there was 1 month left to submit, like the deadline, very deadline, we've always iterated our development. We've always added new features. We've always talked what we should do, what we shouldn't, or what we should remove from our project, or what else we can add. So almost almost every day, like 2 or 3 days, once in 2 or 3 days, we were all meeting like in Google Meet, like speaking. We were speaking and deciding like what we were doing, what each of us was doing. Like if there's any problem, we were telling each other and helping each other in these sessions. So after that, we were giving ourselves tasks, like and we were always like in communication. And in the last month, we were also doing that, and we have also started um, building our demo video. And like when we were building our demo video, we were kind of polishing our app, so it was like very final stage. So after that, our demo video was ready, our project was ready. Not everything is perfect, but you make something and you put it there as final result. And after that, in the submission form, you will see some questions. You should think about them a little bit. It's like very um, it's some very important questions that judge people will look and evaluate your project. So like you have to gather your team and talk about the answers for those questions. So after that, you've answered the questions, you put your demo video link, and you've put your GitHub link. So it's also very important that you must use a version control system, because you're gonna provide your project repository link in the submission form. So it doesn't have to be GitHub, but it can be any version control system. Just use it, and yeah. So it's also very good for collaboration. Like it's gonna help you a lot in the long run of your career. So that's it. We've submitted, and that was exactly how we you know how we built our solution. So I hope it was like very comprehensive and explanatory for you, and I hope I was able to explain it. Like my English is not good, but yeah, I hope it was good. If you have any further questions, you can always ask. Like if there's anything that comes to your mind that you're not sure, you can always ask. Yeah, sure.
Selin, it was indeed a great explanation, I would say. Like, language is never a barrier. We could easily understand our emotions. So, like, I would literally come to the basic questions that you must have already, answered it before as well. Because we have many beginners out here who have not, like, it is more like a hackathon, right? We have to build a project, we have to innovate, we have to ideate, and we have to represent our ideas. So, first of all, would you like to tell us, like, what is the team size, which is, like, mandatory for this, for participating in the solutions challenge?
Yeah. So could you please repeat the last part? Like, what's the team part?
uh, the team size, like the required team members that should be there in the team.
Yeah, sure. Awesome question. Um, so when you know, team also is great. Like, so I'm to answer these questions. Like, So like there are many beginner people, and um, in your team, like there are many people, like maybe you're not sure what uh, you're not sure how to contribute like with a specific technology, because maybe you're not um, like at a certain level in a specific technologies. That's okay, that's completely fine. Just make sure that when you're building your team, you have some people that at least that want to improve their knowledge about technologies, and that want to improve their knowledge about project management, uh, solution, like developing solution, or like like at least you should have people that want to improve themselves, even though they don't know. So when I started Solution Challenge, I didn't know it Flutter, but during the development time, I've learned so much. And besides learning like so much things and developing with Flutter, I have also learned how to build a project, like how to market it, how to explain your project, like how to market your project, how to you know make your solution be seen more. So um, these are, and also some of the things on the Akash side, he also learned some things, when building this project. So just make sure that your team is kind of diverse, like I mean, also skill wise, also like we can always include more people from different countries. That would be awesome, because different people means different thinking perspectives. Because I have realized that with Akash, and the way he focuses on problems is really different than me focusing on problems. So that was actually, and you might think that, okay, we are just people from different countries. I mean, how different it can be. Like you say that, but trust me, it is very different actually. Our thinking processes, it's very different, and it makes your solution much better. Like just try to include different people. I hope it was clear for you.
Yeah, perfect. Like I literally love the point of, including people from different countries, making it more diverse and picking the passionate people who are, literally into learning something. Like you mentioned that you built it with Flutter. And yeah, like that is one of the, most budding technologies of Google that everyone wants to learn and work on. So yeah, it was indeed. Like I have like I have just a question that popped up into my mind. You said that you built with Flutter. Like, were there any other tools or frameworks or languages that you also use with Flutter? Because you must be doing some backend stuff also in your platform, right? So, would you like to tell us something about the tech stack of your project that you built?
Yeah, sure. So at our project, we've used Firebase. So like all of our backend was Firebase, and we used the Firebase Firestore for the getting the user informations and storing them, like names and emails. We've used also Firebase authentication when logging in and signing up the users. So um, also we've used Firebase storage, uh, because there was a page, and it was like social media kind of page, where we wanted people to um, create posts that that can increase their activity in the app, and maybe they share their contributions about what they did for the community, like what kind of helps they did. So they create those posts, and when they um, upload an image to that post, we store that image in the Firebase storage, so that's also connected to the Google Cloud project, and it's also stored in the cloud storage. So we have a user ID, like we um, access, like in the database, it's stored with based on the UID of each user. So it's in the Firestore as well. There's user ID and their email name, and they have post ID, and in that post ID they have image and also text, but text is in the Firestore and image is in the cloud storage, Firebase cloud storage and Google cloud storage. So it backend was like that, and yeah. Yes, I will do that.
Okay, thank you for answering this question. That is indeed interesting. Okay, let me, I just have a bunch of questions. Like, the more you are sharing experiences, the more questions I'm popping in. They are just because last year I know I couldn't participate into the solutions challenge because I didn't had a team and I wasn't too confident to participate. I was like, okay, I'm a solo hacker. Like, how am I going to build it? And now I'm regretting that I should have like at least participated. But yeah, this year I'm fully pumped up to participate, and I hope the attendees who are here, the students who are here from GDSC IIMT and GDSC SRCASW are also excited for this year. And I would really motivate all of you, to take learnings from Selin. You can ask your questions in the chat section. And yeah, you should definitely participate and represent your institution or your GDSC in the solution challenge. Okay, Selin, now let's talk about some submission criteria. You mentioned that we have to create a video and the prototype should be working. And like just a small question, did you also create the Android or iOS interface along with the web interface for your platform, or was it just on one platform that you built your project?
Yeah, awesome question. Just before answering this question, I just quickly answer the uh, Argia Argidip's question, and then come back to you. So the submission date is the 22nd. Yeah, you, yeah, you. I see that you answered the question. Yeah, so it's 22nd February. Yeah, exactly. So after that, you will not make any edits for your project. Like if you're storing it on GitHub, you shouldn't touch your GitHub repository even in your README file. You shouldn't do that. Like you will just build until 22nd February, and that's you will not touch to the project. So yeah, so for your question, could you please repeat? Uh,
It was about the compatibility of platform, like which your project offers. Like, is it only on web, only on Android, or as well as iOS? Like, since we know Flutter is cross-independent, sorry, cross-platform language. So, yeah, something about the platform thing.
yeah, awesome. Yeah, sure. So we've used Flutter for our project, but and it can also have a build for iOS devices, but because we've only had Android devices, so we both only are able to test our project with Android devices. So I can say that it's well, technically, because we built in Flutter, it is adaptable to both platforms. But because we've only tested it in Android platforms, so it's like only for Android kind of app, I can say. So, but other than that, we haven't built web, and yeah, that's how like our platform. Other than that, like I want to mention something that so when you're doing building project, you have many options, like which technology should I use when developing our app. Like you have Flutter, maybe React Native, which is not Google, but these things you can use. Just for the solution like submission criteria, you should just use at least one Google technology. But as far as how I saw from the past years, if you want to be among the top 10 or like very top 100, etc., if there is a technology that you can use for the like for the technology, if there is a Google side of it, you should use the Google one. So for instance, even though you've used Firebase in your project, but you used React Native, for instance, for example. So okay, that's eligible project, but if you use Flutter instead of React Native, that will be very important and very crucial for you to become in the like top 10 or like top 3, like top 10, like basically. So it's like always go with the Google choice. So that's, even though it's not the first first phase that they judge in your project when you're being evaluated to top 100, it's very important for being the top 10, like it's that thing. So yeah, I hope it was like clear.
Indeed, a wise answer. Like we all love Google, and yeah, Google always for the solution channel. Like Google technologies always. So let me also have like two questions in the chat section. Please go through them.
Yes. What type of softwares you built for your project? So like as I said, we built as a mobile app, and so our project is only a mobile application, and we use Flutter, but we will only test it in Android, so it's kind of like an Android app, I can say. Um, so we've used Flutter, Firebase, and as I explained, Firebase storage and Firebase Firestore. We've also used a Razorpay API, but that was it. After becoming top 10, we've included a payment platform for the farmers, uh, like directly buying from farmers. But that payment platform was in testing mode, so like it's not really live. But you know, the only non-Google type of technology is, I can say, that's API. Other than that, yeah, pretty much as I explained, we use Firebase authentication and Google Cloud storage. And we have also used Google Maps API when the users, request food delivery. So they share their location and using the Google Maps API, and then they post that request, and our volunteers come and get that food and share. So that was like all of the softwares. That was how we built. I hope I explained it like comprehensively. If like you have any question on your mind, you can always ask. Um, so yeah, that was like basically it. So like maybe I can still continue from your questions, or I can explain this page more. Maybe there's
You can explain this page more. Like we also have FAQs and we also have the 17 goals of UN. So it will be great if you shed some light on those topics.
yeah, awesome. Like, always like so. There are 17 goals of UN that was decided back then to be completed at until 2030 by the UN countries. So these sustainable development goals, we call SDGs, include many goals like climate crisis, equation, gender equity, sorry, and sustainable land, sustainable life in water, and etc. Like clean energy, um, health, etc. No poverty. So my one advice that I want to give you is that you just go to this page, or you go to the UN's SDG page, and make sure you make research. When you're building your project, you you will realize that you have lack of information about that SDG, even though you know what it really means. So when I was building our project, I knew what zero hunger is. Like, I knew what kind of hunger problem is, but like I I just didn't know how, like, a country like has this hunger problem. Like, what are the causes of that problem, and like what we can do to prevent it. So to understand that, I've uh, went to this, you know, UN related pages, like very legit pages. So they explain, like they very much in detail explain what hunger is and what causes it, like in different place in the world. So just one very important thing is just make sure you make your research like very well. Even if you have any questions, just always go back and you know just make more research. One thing that I want to mention is that in these SDGs, they have also sub goals as well. So like this zero hunger is called the goal 2, and they have sub goals for that. So, and they sub goals are denoted with 2 points, etc. So so in order to achieve this goal, we need to achieve these sub goals, something like that. So go to UN page, and yeah, so let's go to UN page. So in the UN page, when you're here, first just go to the goal 2, and you can also like try to understand this image, like what are the causes, because I didn't even know like that conflicts in a country has also affects the food, and I also didn't know that. No, I mean, it's not about poverty or anything like that, or it's not just about sharing food. There are many bigger problems that affect the problem hunger. So like, if the land wasn't able to produce a food, like, or fruit, the like we also focus and dealing with the farmers and the land, the health of the land. So when you're building your solution, just make research, and then you will come up with much more original solutions. And you will say like, okay, it's about health in the land. So what can we do to increase the health in the land, and what can we do to help farmers? So yeah, like things like that. Um, yeah, that's one thing. So let me go back to the solution challenge original site. Yep. One thing I also really want to mention is that at the like almost the last month of your submission, just come here. I mean this page, come this page, and look for the frequently asked questions, because these are your judging criterias. Like, the judges will ask these questions to your project, and they will try to give points to you. So you do that before submitting. And so, for instance, you say, yeah, so does the solution implement all the technical components needed to solve the challenge? That's a very important, thing, like you will, for instance, I always get this question. So I've, I want to build my project, but should I implement everything 100%? No, not everything, but if you have a solution, your main idea, your main solution, you have to build it 100%. And other than that, those little features that you added to your project, you don't have to implement them 100%. Like for instance, in our project, we haven't implemented the profile picture, like profile
सौम्य
picture.
बर्तन धो ले भाई.
Oh, hi. So, yeah, so like just make sure that you implement your main solution. So it's gonna give you 5 points, and it's because it's actually very easy to become top 10 or top 3. Just focus these questions. Also, before submitting your project, just make sure to go to the winner section, and if you're able to, yeah. So just make sure that you watch the top 10 videos, because all of the top 10 videos are very comprehensive, very detailed, uh, very good videos in terms of editing as well. Just go here and watch these videos, and it's gonna help you a lot when building your demo video. It's really helpful. I mean, I've watched many videos, and it really helped our demo video. So after that, our demo video was very detailed, and it had very good editing. It was very difficult. It's not about building a project, you're building a solution, and you have to build a video. Like it's very big, but you can do that. You can do that, no problem. So yeah, that was basically it. Actually, I believe I've explained pretty much everything. So yeah, I'm thinking if there's anything left that I forgot to mention, anything important. And I think no, I've explained everything, I guess. Yeah, so evaluation criteria, and this is the timeline. Yeah. So yeah, I can now I'm back to the Google Meet if you have any questions.
You have answered each and you have answered everything with the precise details. So yeah, if any participant or any attendee has any questions, feel free to unmute or drop it in the chat section. Anyone? Okay, so I guess it's yeah, I hope you have answered all the questions from the chat section regarding the suggestions for the project and the softwares. Okay, so yeah, since we have covered everything from the tech stacks or how to build a project, what things to keep in mind, and the UN goals and everything. Yeah, just it's time for you to share your experience after you got selected into the top 100.
Yes, wow. Okay, so that's great. If you've come this far, that's awesome. Now you're top 100. And at that point, you will realize that a lot of messages, a lot of emails come to your inbox, and they, from the Google developers, and they explain to you your next stage. So after being top 100, you're gonna, um, you will have a mentoring sessions. So like for all 100 teams, um, you don't have to, but you can. get mentorship. So in the emails, you will see that there's a platform called Advoco. I mean, if you're like VTM ambassador or etc., you might also familiar with Advoco. So Advoco is a kind of platform, like it provides mentorship for solution challenge participants as well. Like it's uh, one part of it. So um, in the emails it explains you how you and your team can log in to Advoco and start having mentoring sessions. So you go to that link into the Advoco platform, you sign up and you log in, and your teammate signs up, and you into the Advoco platform. So after that, um, the platform will ask you to introduce your project and explain your project. Your team leader can do that. So you will explain your project, like like um like and man like giving like entering details of your project to that platform, like and um you will also select what kind of technical assistance you will need, like for instance, we were very bad at UI design. We were only two developers, we don't know anything about UI. So maybe, like, to become top 10 we can focus on UI design. So you decide like that and you click UI, etc., etc. So you created that, entered the details of your project, and after that the Educo platform will give you suggestions, like what kind of mentors you can pick. So you and your teammates, you will choose a mentor. uh, like, you don't have to go with the same mentor, you can choose a different mentor as well, but I advise you to always uh, go with the same mentor, because otherwise you will always need to explain your project from the very beginning in the every mentoring session. So just make sure that you choose your mentor and go with it. So um, when you're getting, so at this point maybe you are questioning, how will we get the mentoring session, like how we get the, like, Google Meet kind of thing. So in that page you chose your mentor, and that mentor has time slides like Google Calendar in their page. So you choose a time slot, that an available time slot, and you click there, and you know make appointments for your team. So only one member from your team, like, which is, for instance, maybe a team leader, etc. Only one member will make appointments with the mentor, and that will be enough for all teammates in the project. So because in the Advoco, your team leader will also choose you as a teammate. So after arranging that appointment, you will also get a Google Calendar meeting in your Google Calendars as a whole for all teammates. So after having that appointment, you will go to your Google Calendar. You will see that scheduled meeting with your mentor. You will click that and you will click go to Google Meet, like this event, like that. If you have any questions, like.
That was indeed like even like, everyone should be, very curious that okay, how the mentoring session goes. Okay, do you have any
नहीं
questions
ले
that
रहा, ले
you
जा
would?
फटाफट.
Soham, please unmute. Do we have more questions? Feel free to drop it in the chat section. Anyone from GDSC IIMT, GDSC SRCSW, or anyone else? If we don't get any further questions, then we would, we just have a small presentation, Selin, like just a wrap up for the students, because there are many beginners as well as many students who joined late. So, though we will be giving them, this recording and all, but yeah, a short presentation just to wind up the whole session. Do we have more questions?
Oh, no problem.
Atul,
No problem, Sam.
Atul, shall we proceed with the presentation then?
Yeah, sure. Like if they don't have any question, like still if they have, then they can definitely put it in the chat. But for the binder, we can share the PPT.
Yeah, and Selin will be here to answer your questions. So, like, you can go through the presentation, everyone, and you can, directly ask your questions through the chat section if you have any. Yeah, so this is a very beginner-friendly presentation for those who joined late. Yeah, it's just a step-by-step guide that we had prepared. So yeah, first of all, you should know that what is a solutions challenge. So it is basically a development challenge. It is more like you can if you don't understand the concept of solution challenge, you can consider it more like a month-long hackathon where you have to make a team. Okay, you have to think of an idea, and those ideas should be around the 17 sustainable goals given by United Nations. And then accordingly you have to build the project, you have to ideate and everything. Okay, so everything has been given here. You have to solve like problem which actually meets the criteria of one or more United Nations 17 sustainable development goals with at least one Google technology. As Selin has given a lot of emphasis on using the Google technologies, just the way she used Firebase, also Firestore and Flutter. In the similar manner, you can pick up any Google technology, which could be around Android. It could be around web and all. And like why should a developer participate? See it, if you are someone in computer science or you're passionate about building softwares or development, you should never miss out this opportunity, because yeah, these are the opportunities which give you the room to grow. Like, what's the use of being a developer if you cannot develop or ideate or make something crazy from the tech stack that you have learned? Okay, so you should consider these 3 points just to justify that okay, you should be the one to participate. And yeah, you have every reason to participate, and you don't even have one reason not to participate. If you're thinking you don't have a team, just like me, like I did in the previous solution challenge, don't ever think, because both the GDACs are going to host a session where you can network and form your own team. Okay, your GDSC leads are here, and Selin has guided us so well on how should we pick up our teams. Okay, so yeah, you should literally consider all these points when you want to create a team. Okay, so these are the themes from the 17 UN SDGs. Selin has already, emphasized all these points, and she has given a very detailed analysis. Like, she took the theme of hunger, and she did a, indeed great analysis, which made her get selected into top 100. And it is indeed a very big achievement, because worldwide there are many hackers, many developers, and thousands of GDSCs out there which sends their participants to the solution challenge. So yeah, it is indeed a huge achievement, a milestone that she attained. So yeah, you will find these all these options and all the information in detail from the solution challenge website. You can either google the solution challenge of GDSC 2024, and you will get the website and everything. Now, this is a very important timeline that each and every one of you should know. You can either take a screenshot if you would like to. So I would just, elaborate it in details. Okay, so registration already began on 1st December. And yeah, GDSC SRCASW as well as GDSC IIMT, as well as, the other GDSCs have also, started the promotion of solution challenge already. And yeah, this is a time where you should register. And see, keep in mind, if you want to participate, if you want to submit your project, you should register first. It's your choice whether you want to submit a project or whether you want to, reach the conclusion that okay, you participated. But it is very important that you register. If you don't register, they might not even send you the submission form, and your team will be, just thrown out of this competition already. So individually, see, suppose if there's me, there's Renu, and there's some other girl, we have a team and we want to participate. Okay, and suppose Renu is the team leader. So each and everyone from the team, including the team leader and the team members, should register through this form. And this form is already being circulated in your groups. And we will also tell you how you should fill the form. Okay. So yeah, there's a global kickoff event on scheduled on 11th January. So all of you will be invited to it. Don't worry. Till 21st January of like next year, obviously, the submissions will begin, and the submissions will close on 22nd February, end of the day. Yeah, you will get the sharp timings for the same, so don't worry about that. But like Selin has must have mentioned that you should submit it early. You get it done, you just do it, and don't even touch your GitHub repository after that. Don't make changes, and yeah, just pray that okay, you should get selected. All right. And yeah, you have to, in this phase of December, January, and Feb, before the submissions close, you have to build a team. You have to ideate. You have to consider all the points that she has mentioned while you, think of the problem statement. And you have to do a detailed research and see the main, the agenda of today's session. The main conclusion that we could say is you should have a great research. You should have the in-depth knowledge of the concepts and the topics, or you can say the theme that you're going to build on. That is something she did, and she made it to the top 100. And in the process, in the journey, she also explored Flutter. She built something great, and like she mentioned the shortcomings of the project as well. But through the mentoring rounds, she literally worked on these, and she improved her project. So trust me on this when I say, and when she has mentioned all everything about her journey, it is literally a very long process where you have to be consistent, and where you have to do the deep analysis of every phase, whether it is development or ideation. Okay, after this, these are the things that you can consider: the mentorship phase, the demo day prep. Once you get shortlisted in top 100, you will get mentorship, you will get everything that is required to to get into the top 10 or even top 3. We wish you the very the very best, that one of your team makes it to the top 3. That would be very great. Okay, so this is some timeline checklist. Yeah, like I've already discussed it. What should you do in December? What should you do in January? And see, even if you have not made your team yet, just because of your annual examinations, don't worry. Take out some time and try to make a team and register before 21st January. You still have like 3 weeks left. Just register. You can even think of the ideas after 21st Jan if you want to play it in a risky manner, but please do register, and please choose your GDSC while you are registering in the form. Okay, you can take a screenshot if you would like to. I will just quickly wrap up the session, since we are running out of time. So this is a submission criteria. You will also find it on the website, and these points have already been discussed by Selin in greater details, like she mentioned, from the tech stack to the impact, the implementation, and yeah, the completion of the project, obviously. Okay. And yeah, like Selin, would you like to tell us something about these prizes, like how exciting they are?
Yes. The parents are very excited actually because, besides getting a swag and getting, um, like getting a prize money, like you. Okay, so I'm gonna explain it from the very beginning. So if you become top 100, you're gonna get a swag, and in that swag box, it has a T-shirt, a certificate, some stickers, um, and yeah, that's it. So in the top 10, you also receive a swag box, but if you're not in the top 3, because I don't know the top 3, I also know the final top 10. In your swag box, you get a, a big bag, like a Columbia bag that's very like good quality. So it's written Google developers on top of it. So very cool, and it's kind of a hackathon like bag. So it's very good. It's very nice. Also, you get t-shirts, a tech porch, stickers, a certificate again, and like like these things like that. You have snack. So you also get a prize money and um, the prize money is if you're not from the top three, the prize money is 1,000 United States dollar per person, like per teammate. So, and you also go to the live show, and you will also be mentioned in the blogs of the Google developers. So, how many maximum people allowed in a team for solution challenge? Four people. Four people. So it's, as far as I know, it's also minimum two people, maximum four people, or it was minimum one, maximum four. I'm not quite sure for this type of information, but I'm definitely sure it's maximum four people. Um, so yeah, contest finalists. And if you are in the top three, you will also get all of the prizes in the top 10, but your prize money will not be 1,000, it will be 3,000 per team member. So so I also got a question that we can make sales software for business. Well, you can. Yeah, I wanted to give more detailed explanation, so I wanted to talk about it a little bit right now. You can, and trust me, it's gonna be a really great startup idea. We, for instance, me and Akash didn't know how to create a startup based on our solution, so we didn't go with that road. But you can, and definitely you should. uh it will be very good. So yeah, I guess that was it. If you're also in the top three, you will also be mentioned in the Google's blogs as well. So yeah, I hope I explained everything. Yeah, you can continue.
Okay, so I guess everyone's, you got a little dose of encouragement, and see, these prizes are truly exciting, and Solution Challenge is a pool of opportunities for developers. You can, build an amazing project. You get mentorship, you get prizes, you get cash prizes, and you get all the recognition. You get, you can get to build your networks in case, you emerge even as a top 100 or top 10 or final three winners. Okay. Now, Google free domains, yeah, this is something which will be, revealed soon. Your GDSC leads will be, telling you about this through the community groups. Okay, so these are the tips and tricks, and see, these have been mentioned by Selin as well. You have to, choose a Google developer technology and also submit in advance. Do not wait for, the deadline that, okay, I will submit it on 22nd February or something. No, don't make it like that. Just if you have, build it, test it, okay, get some feedback, make changes just like Selin did with the application, and yeah, just submit it when you're confident, and do not touch the GitHub repo or the video or something that you have used for submission. Okay. What not to do? Yeah, exactly. Like, this is the conclusion of today's session. Like, when we talk about participation, so you don't have to give up in between, and also you should at least have one Google developer technology. And yeah, it's wise if you want to go for, building a mobile application, either go with, Jetpack Compose, either you can go with Flutter. For backend, you can use any Google developer technology. Like, go for databases, you can go for Firebase. So yeah, there are many things that you can add in your project. Like, there should be at least one Google developer technology. And yeah, these are the FAQs, which you will find it on the website as well. Like, we have, picked it up directly from the website itself. And also, like, since Selin has already told us that even if you're making teams from different colleges or different universities or even different countries, one of you should be, a student member of GDSC. You don't have to be the GDSC lead or the core team member. Anyone who has, been the part of any GDSC chapter can participate, because that is something required when you register for the solutions challenge. Okay. And yeah, for any queries, please reach out to your GDSC lead. You can reach out to the GDSC lead, and yeah, we have some support section in the FAQ page as well. Yeah, so it is a final Q&A round. Please feel free to ask your questions from Selin. After this, we will be wrapping up the session, and yeah, we will wishing you happy new year, so that all of you can go back and study or party, whatever. So yeah, we will wait for 2 more minutes in case you want to ask any questions.
So, like, you can raise your hand or write your questions in the chat. That will also work.
Yeah. Okay. I see that Sanjay has a question for a certain project. So me and my teammate Akash, our project was Starvelp. So let me write that. Maybe you can look for our um, demo video, our project. That was our project. We have focused on the zero hunger problem, and we've created a mobile app using Flutter, basically. And in that mobile application, our main solution was sharing the food. So, and besides that solution, we've also implemented some side features like getting donations and buying directly from farmers, a page to buy directly from farmers, and another page that people can share their contributions for the solution, and another page to get volunteers as well. So yeah, that was our project. You can check it out always. Starwell. Sandhya has said that I don't have a team. We can like maybe like you can always talk with your GDSC. Other than that, you can always find new people from LinkedIn. Like it doesn't matter their background or it doesn't matter where they are from. You can always connect with people and ask them whether they have a team for the solution challenge, and you can always team up with different people. Because me and Akash, that's how we, met each other. We first met each other from LinkedIn, and then we decided that okay, let's become a solution challenge team, and that's how we continued after that. Can you do alone solution challenge if you don't have a team? I believe the minimum person to participate solution challenge was two, but I am not sure. Let me just check it out again, because that's the only thing that I just don't. I'm not quite sure. So let me look. Um, team size. Okay. Containing maximum of 4 team members. This doesn't include. Okay, let me look. I can also share my tab. Okay. So looks like you can actually, because there is no written rule that says at least 2 people. And just one person. Okay. So okay, just let me share my tab and just um. Oh, okay. So can I just share very briefly? That will I think it will be very helpful. Uh, for you. Yeah, from team 1 to 4 person in team. Yeah, yes, exactly. So it's not explicitly written that you should, have two person. So you can participate solution challenge if you're just, want to individually participate. You can, build your project alone. That's completely fine. And maximum of 4 people. Yeah. So um, you also explained very much in detail. That's awesome. Yeah. So by the way, this page is the terms and conditions page. There are a lot of informations in this page. Like, so you're able to see that like all of these eligibilities that I get always questions from these topics. So it will be very good for you if you can just read these things as well. Other than that, yeah. So it's the timeline. So maybe you might be wondering, what is a Google technology? Like, what is a Google product? You can, check it out. These are all the things that if you use them in your project, you're also using. It means that you're also using a Google technology. So all these things, web technologies for Google, Google Pay, Earth Engine, maybe Google Workspace, like maybe possible. Yeah. So I'm now stopped sharing, and thank you so much for having me. I'm really glad I tried to explain everything in pretty much in detail and like explicitly. I wanted to make everything seen, so I wanted to. That's why I always wanted to share my tab. So I hope everything is good for you. I'm very much nice to meet you. Yeah.
So yeah, now it's time for the vote of thanks. Thank you so much, Selin, for for accepting our invitation and coming to this session and delivering a great discussion, a great talk about your journeys to the top 100 in the Solutions Challenge. GDSC SRCSW and GDSC IIMT, like me and Atul, are truly grateful to you, and we are very happy to have you. And since 2024 is about to begin, I hope it is a great year for all of us, for all the participants, for you, and for the other GDSCs as well. And yeah, like as to conclude, our experiences, this has been one of the best sessions of 2023, and we look forward to having more great sessions with you. And I really hope that we get some participants who make it to top 100 from our GDSCs, and then later they can interact with you and learn from your experiences after coming into top 100. So thank you so much, it was really nice of you, and it you provided a great learning experience. Yeah, thank you so much. And I would request all the participants to we will be sharing this recording and the socials of Selin. So just give her a follow, just thank her. And in case you want to, you can share the screenshot of the session, share experiences on LinkedIn, Twitter. You cannot share it on GitHub, obviously. So yeah, just feel free to share it and tag Selin, tell her what you learned. You can also, and yeah, please make sure you participate, and please reach out to your GDSC leads in case you have any queries or anything. But yeah, make sure you participate here, whether you're a freshman, whether you're a sophomore, or whether you're about to graduate. Okay. So since no one has any questions, we can finally wrap up here. Thank you so much, Selin. Over to you, Atul.
Indeed, it's very great session, Selin. Like most of the beginner students from my college, like this is the first time we are having GDSC, and this great session of yours, then like definitely this will going to help them. And like if anyone from my college, GDSC IMT or SRCSW, then definitely you can connect Selin from LinkedIn. Like just Selin Doga or Han, and you will connect with her and ask your queries or anything, something like that. So I like thanks Selin for this wonderful session, and thank you Khushi for collaborating with us for this wonderful session and their audience. And I guess this is then like we already have 17 minutes over from the decided timeline. So yeah, it was a great session. Thank you Selin and Khushi for joining us, and every audience from GDSC IMT and GDSC SRCASW.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
that indeed, those 17 minutes were really worth it. So, like, before we wrap up, please, like, if anyone wants to, open up the videos, we can have a quick screenshot since it's not an offline event. We cannot have a group picture, but yeah, I guess everyone wants to have a picture with Selin. So, you can,
Yeah, like
turn on your
if
videos. We will take a quick
everyone can
picture.
turn on your camera so that we can take a picture and post it on the different social media. Yeah, that's great.
I
That's
mean,
great.
yeah, like don't be shy. I mean, in my background is just I'm in my room and everything is messy. Actually, I'm hiding it behind the camera, so it's completely fine. You can turn on your camera.
Everyone like this will be good if if you all can open your camera. Asya, Anusa, Akshita, Rachit. Everyone just turn on camera. We will ending in just 1 or 2 minutes, so this won't take so much time. Uh, they are. I don't think they are interested in opening their camera.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Like, Khushi, if you can take the screenshot or in kind.
I've been
You
clicking screenshots till then. Okay,
can.
the last one, if anyone wants to say cheese or something, like, it's gonna be a New Year picture. All right. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Wish you a great new year and make sure you start your new year with the solutions challenge. Make sure you form the team. Thank you so much, Selin. Thank you so much, Atul, and all the members of GDSC IIMT and GDSC SRCSW. Thank you so much for the constant support this year. We want more support in the next year as well. Since Selin is also a ex GDSC lead, so yeah, she knows the community thing and she really appreciates the community and all. Yeah, so thank you so much, everyone. You all can leave and have a great new year.
Have a great New Year.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank you everyone for joining us. You all can leave now. Like.